Are you paying somebody else's emotional mortgage? And think about this in the terms of paying a mortgage. If I came to you and said, "Hey, I'm a nice person. I'm just a little short on cash right now. Yes, I work, but could you loan me 500, $1,000 to work with my mortgage? I really need it. And yeah, I may need it again, but I may not." Are you paying somebody's emotional mortgage by not setting boundaries? And by that I mean taking responsibility for their emotions. We've seen it at Thanksgiving, at Christmas. Somebody blows up, somebody gets angry, and there's the peacemaker who um, smooths it over, says it's okay, it'll be all right. It's something that we can manage together. Heck, I've done it myself when I've thrown dishes. I hate to say it, but thrown dishes all over the kitchen and broken them because I was not managing my emotions. If you are paying somebody else's emotional mortgage, it's time to stop. And there are multiple ways to do that. I'm Tanya. I coach families who are dealing with addiction. And when people get sober, getting sober doesn't mean that this is going to go away. Probably they have not known how to manage their emotions. That's one of the reasons why they went to the external addiction. So, as we're looking at that, one of the things you want to look at today is whose mortgage are you paying? Are you responsible for anybody else other than yourself? Are you taking emotional responsibility, feeling things for somebody else? One of the things we're going to talk about tomorrow is boundary haters, people who will push that off on you, make you the problem for having boundaries. We're going to talk about that tomorrow. But today, what I want you to do is be conscious of where you might be paying the emotional mortgage for somebody else. Because even if I'm your family, even if I'm a person that you love and care about, and I come to you and I keep coming to you and saying, please pay this, please pay this, please pay this, where are you going to be? You're going to be exhausted. You're going to be worn out. You're going to be feeling like this relationship is not worth it. But here's the thing. Some of this is your responsibility. So, beloved family of the addict loved one, some of this is your responsibility. If you have been calling in for them, if you have been paying their bills, if you have been emotionally protecting them, it is time to stop. And we're going to talk about how. So, the first thing is to look at where you have paid this. The second is not only to be aware of where you've paid it, but make a list. Make a list of what is okay and what is not okay. So, one of the things that makes it not okay is, are you exhausted after this interaction? Are you resentful after this interaction? Are you unable to get to your own work, your own purpose, your own opportunities after this interaction? So, here's the deal. If that is true, what I need you to do is write down how that interaction happens, how you feel afterward, and how you want to feel. Yes, how you want to feel. So spend some time thinking about if they took care of their own emotions, what would that look like? Would they be a person that says, hey, I'm angry. I'm angry about this and I need to release that. I need to release that in a responsible way because anger is not wrong. It needs to be released in a responsible way. I'm sad. Oftentimes, anger covers sad. So, how do I get vulnerable with you? How do you become safe enough for your addicted loved one to get vulnerable with you and share their sadness rather than have to get angry first and then you both try and pay for this emotion? The next step would be, so you've written out what happens, how you feel about it, what you'd like to feel about it. The next step would be to try and experiment around it. So I'd be anxious to hear what your experiments are. One would be when that person starts spinning like the Tasmanian devil, to get next to him, put a hand on him, and say, I'm here. I'm here for you. You might suddenly have tears if you do that. The other would be, what if you left or you asked them to leave because it's not acceptable behavior? So I ask you to look at these emotions and take good care of yourself as you're doing it. I'm Coach Tanya.